Hello everyone, I'm glad that you made it to this video. We will discuss this video on Thursday, March 27th. So make sure that you have the full thing watched by then. You will also need to take notes while you are watching this, okay? It's very important that you do that, okay? Don't just watch this and quit. Watch this, take notes, and then because we'll be using those notes for Thursday and for Friday because we're going to take our notes and we're going to apply it to some videos, okay? So make sure you take notes. Very important. All right, so we are starting our advertising unit, and whenever we start a project, we usually go with a driving question. If you remember going back to Huckleberry Finn, we had our driving question be, should the book be banned? And so everything we kind of did after that kind of went back to the whole should it be banned thing. And so this is our driving question for this project. And so the driving question is, and this is what you're going to be answering through actually doing advertisements, is how can we use rhetorical techniques to create successful advertisements for a business within a certain budget? And so a couple of things to note here are the rhetorical techniques. Create successful advertisements for a business. You're actually going to be working for a business on this. And then a certain budget. And so it's going to deal with the whole actually making the ad and then calling certain places to see how much it would cost to put ads on the air. Not necessarily your ads, but just ads in general. Okay? And we'll talk more about that later on. Let me erase this. All right. First thing we need to do, we need to come up with some things that we need to know. And let me zoom in a little bit for you. Oop, too far. All right, so the first thing you need to know is what are the persuasive strategies used in advertising? For those of you who are taking Rhett Tech next year, this is an excellent introduction to Rhett Tech. Rhett Tech deals more with essays and speeches and stuff like that, but to understand the concepts first is good. And we'll cover the three basic ones, which is ethos, pathos, and logos, which we'll be talking about here in a second. Okay? The next thing that you probably need to know, or you definitely need to know, is what are the questions you would ask a business interested in advertising. So, before you even talk to your business, you need to, as a group, come up with questions that you're going to ask and then get them approved by me. But we'll talk more about that later on. Okay? How do you start scripting your advertisements? Because you don't just shoot it, you have to actually plan out what you're going to do before you do it. How do you budget an advertising? How do you budget an advertising budget for a business? So what that means is most companies have a certain amount of money that they will use on advertising um, during yearbook. I mean, we've gone to several businesses, either in like Cedar Falls or Tama, who have said that they've already spent their budgeted amount for the year, and so we need to figure out like what that could be for your companies, and then we will go from there. The next one, how do you use your Kuno to record and edit a video? I think all the other ones, because you're going to be creating three ads, you're going to be creating a video ad, a radio ad, and then a print ad, whether it be newspaper or billboard or whatever. And so the biggest one is going to be going from the Kuno, recording that, and then putting it on a computer. And so we'll work through that when the time comes. I'm not gonna front load everything and do it all in the first couple days. Instead, I'm gonna give you time to work, and then I might have videos that you guys watch. And so when you're done with a certain thing, you'll watch the video, you'll learn how to do it, and then you'll actually do it. Okay? And then the last one, which is going to be your final presentation, is how would you pitch your ideas to the business? Because they're actually going to come in, they're going to watch your ads, they're going to listen to your ads and see them, and then you're going to tell them why you did what you did. Okay, what parts of ethos, pathos, and logos you did. They're gonna probably ask for a demographic audience. You know, what age group are they going for? You know, you're not gonna put a bunch of teenagers into a commercial that's meant for, 65-year-old people. And so when you do that, you'll need to talk to your business, and we'll talk more about all this stuff later. But this is just kind of an introduction to what you'll be learning how to do in the next couple weeks. All right, so I have to go back up here. All right, so there are three main types of techniques that are usually used in persuasive ads. These are the main ones, and these are the main things that you would learn in Ret Tech. These are like the first three. And so the first one here is pathos. Okay, and so this is what you should be taking notes on. So pathos. And what it is an appeal to the emotion of the audience. So what it really wants to do, it wants to either, pull at your heartstrings, or it wants to make you angry or sad or, guilty. So like I said, they want to evoke an emotional response from you, the audience. And the emotion can be anything. It can be happiness. My example right now is the Outback Steakhouse commercials, where they're, sand dune buggying, whatever it's called, over the sand, and they're all like, "Woo, yeah!" And then, they go and eat Outback Steakhouse. That's happiness. They want you to associate Outback Steakhouse with happiness. Guilt. The Sarah McLaughlin commercials, where there's all the one-eyed cats and dogs and stuff. I mean, they want you to feel guilty, and they want you to actually donate money. Fear. There was a brilliant political advertisement. I don't know. I think it was Hillary Clinton did it this time, but I think a long time ago it was, I want to say, Reagan or Nixon. But it was like, it's 2 a.m. and like, do you know where your child is at? And it really like struck fear in the parents, because they don't want anything happening to their child. And so it evoked that emotion. So that is pathos. Pathos is emotion. All right, the next one here is the logos. And it's not logo like a logo of a company. Logos is a term that means that it appeals to the logic or reasoning of the audience. So this one is the statistics, it's the facts, it's all those kind of things. And so it uses just kind of hard evidence to get you to understand what the product does. A brilliant example is always like those Dove commercials, where they have the Dove soap versus the regular soap, and like you have like the skin, and it does more to your skin and stuff like that. Paper towel commercials are a great example of this one as well. The one that picks up twice as much as the other one, and they actually show you. That is what logos is. It's reasoning, logic, evidence, or statistics. Okay? Next one is ethos. Ethos is an appeal to the credibility or character of the company. So they want to convince you that they are the more honest ones, they are more reliable and credible. And that's why you should buy their product over another. Some ways that they can do this. They can have like statistics from experts. 9 out of 10 dentists prefer that you chew Trident gum, or whatever it is. Also, they can have a spokesperson um, support their company. Papa John's commercials has Peyton Manning on it. Drew Brees does Jimmy John's commercials every now and then, and so they try to get those people to support them. That way you could say, oh, if he supports it, then I do too. I just saw one just watching the NCAA tournament of Steph Curry was supporting Degree, and he had on an Under Armour shirt too, so he's kind of supported both of them. And so that's kind of what that is. It's credibility, Make sure they're reliable, make sure they're more honest than another company. All right. So now we're moving on. So your homework for Thursday. This is due Thursday. I'm going to write that down. It's due Thursday. So for each of the following scenarios, there are 10 scenarios here. Okay. You're going to write down on just, where you're taking notes at right now. You could write this down. Okay. You're going to write down if this scenario is either pathos, emotion, logos, logic, or ethos, credibility. Choose the one that fits best, okay? So let's go over the first one together. A child is shown covered in bug bites after using an inferior bug spray. Okay, so it could be emotion, because you want to, you want your child to feel safe, but it kind of doesn't work. I mean, it kind of does. You want logos. No, there's no logic there. There's no stats there. And then ethos is credibility. It could be ruining another company's credibility. So, but I think pathos fits best. So this one is pathos. Okay? So then you just put one pathos. Okay? So what I want you to do, I want you to go down through 2 through 10. And this is due Thursday, so you should probably pause this video. That way you can keep it on the screen. And then once you're done with this, you can keep going because we got some more notes to take, okay? So once you're done with this, it's due Thursday. Keep going because there's some more notes on more specific examples of all these that we will go over on Friday in class, okay? So, unpause. And your next part here is these are more specific persuasive techniques in ads. Okay, the first one here is avant-garde. And actually there should be an E here. Okay. Alright, and so this is the suggestion that the product puts the user ahead of the times. So you want to be a trendsetter, there we go. You need to buy this product. That's kind of what it's saying. That's an avant-garde. And then, like I said, we'll go over some commercials of these on Friday. So take notes and then just kind of be ready for that, okay? The next one is weasel words. They're used to suggest a positive meaning without actually making any guarantee. And so words like might, weight loss commercials, you might lose 20 pounds. Yeah, you might also lose 1,000 pounds, but odds are you're probably not. Like 409, it kills virtually all germs. Well, it doesn't kill all germs, so you can kind of have some wiggle room there. It's kind of like in Death of a Salesman when they always said practically. It's kind of a lie that these advertisers kind of use to kind of make you feel safe and secure, but at the same time, they're not really guaranteeing you anything. Okay? The next one here is patriotism. This is a suggestion that if you buy from this company or a certain product, it shows your love for your country. Menards has a lot of these, like, you can buy lumber or steel, and it always says like "Made in America," or it tells you the exact location, made in Beaumont, Montana. It's like, okay, great, but that's what patriotism is, and so if you don't buy that one, if you go for a different one, that means you're un-American, and so they try to persuade you that way. Okay. Transfer is the placing of positive words, images, and ideas to make the product positive with it. So, for example, Target has a new ad out right now where, it's all these women and they're wearing, the new summer lineup for Target and they're all on the beach and they're all having a good time. Well, you're supposed to associate that clothes with the beach and the sun and having a good time and all that kind of stuff. So that's transferring that setting to the clothes. They had nothing to do together. One doesn't really kind of influence the other one, but they're connected now because of transfer. Plain folks, this is a suggestion that the product is a practical product for ordinary people. Um, I always see a lot of commercials about, with the mom with the 4 kids and, money's tight. That's why I use, Tide instead and stuff like that. That's just kind of like plain folks like, oh, yeah, money's tight for me too. I should buy that as well. Even though Tide is probably the more expensive one on the market. Okay? So these are these ones, and here's some more coming up. So be ready to take some more notes. Once again, if you want to pause the video, you can just pause it. All right, the next one up here is Snob Appeal. It suggests that if you shop there or buy, not but, buy their product, it makes you part of an elite group who lives an extravagant lifestyle. There's a cat food, like Fancy Feast, I think it is, and they have this just royal house, and then they put the cat food on this like really like fancy dish, and it's cat food. It's like 60 cents at Walmart. Who cares? Okay. Bribery, offering you something extra when you buy a product. A lot of tire companies, buy 3 tires, get the fourth one free. That's bribery. They're trying to trick you into coming in and actually buying something, even though it's probably not a good deal. Okay? Bandwagon. This suggests that you should join the crowd because you don't want to be the only one without a product or without, all the cool kids are doing it, so you should too, kind of a deal. That's bandwagon. Humor is used to make the audience laugh, but provides like little information about the product or the service. Commercials that are usually funny, like the Sonic commercials. Yeah, they introduce a product or whatever, but they're funny, but they don't really tell anything about the product. They just kind of mention it. So that's humor. It's supposed to be funny, and it's kind of like transfer. It carries over that emotion, but it's used to make you laugh. Okay. Individuality. This appeals to the desire to be apart from everyone else. So it's the exact opposite of bandwagon. So, I don't want to be one in the pack. I want to be on my own, blah, blah, blah. Buy this product. That's individuality. And then product comparison. It compared the product with the inferior competition. Um, there's like the diaper commercials. They have the diapers and they pour the blue liquid because apparently babies poop blue liquid now, and so and one leaks and one doesn't. That's comparing 2 products. I heard a commercial on the radio for some work boot that uses like real steer hide, and it's a tougher boot, better than the rest, and that's product comparison. Okay, so those are the notes that you need to have for Thursday. On Thursday, we'll go over that 1 through 10. We're then gonna watch some commercials on Thursday and Friday. And then on the following Monday, I'll kind of give you the actual assignment and what you need to do, a checklist of what you need to have done by April 18th before you go off for break. Because then when we come back from break, you will present, okay? I don't know why I wrote that. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, hope you had fun listening to me talk, and I'll see you in class.